So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here, it really is.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And reclaimed it in a trice. That's a lovely, neat pass. And they're not going to make any further progress now. He's in plenty of space here. Now, what about a counter-attack? So, what can they make of this? Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, I've been hugely impressed with what I've seen so far from this guy, Jude Bellingham. You don't become a regular at one of Europe's leading teams at 17 unless you're very, very special. And he's the epitome of, if you're good enough, you're old enough.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Great defending, strong and determined. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now it's Yaya Toure. And it's Vieira. Played out wide. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos delivers.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Ibrahimovic. Van Dijk. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Well, that looks a decent ball. And this is Pele! Now it's Roberto Carlos. And he's whipped it across.
Well played and well cleared.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Yaya Toure. And this is Adriano. Oh, that was vital. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Milan trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Messi. Bellingham. And it's Bellingham. Milan finding their passes. Bellingham. Adriano. Bergomi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Maradona going face-to-face with his great rival. Yamal gets over and intercepts. That's good running with the ball. Pele. And it's Yaya Toure. Pele. It's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And it's Yaya Toure. Chooses the shapes to shoot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Corner number 2 then. Vieira! Harmlessly behind. Adriano bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And it's Seedorf. Neither side giving way. It has been tight.
Rummenigge really was well marshalled there, because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Well, nicely intercepted. Messi. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Messi. Good chance here! It's loose now and they want to get it back. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. And no, that was never going to make it. And the first 45 minutes are up. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Benfica have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay.
It's Pele! Oh, it's hit the post! Showing good feet. And this is Pele. This Here's the shot! He scored!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
An act of charity gratefully received.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
A 1-0 lead established.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Shot a goal! They've scored! 2 up now, and they are cruising. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
So that's 2 now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Now it's Pele. Pele! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Substituição para o Benfica. Número 21. Ibrahimovic. Abandona o relvado e vai entrar com o número 7. Cristiano Ronaldo. Está a proceder-se a uma substituição.
Chance, surely! Oh, how's that for a goal? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And they are pulling clear here. Oh, a goal of real quality. He made it look ridiculously easy.
Adriano really showed his coolness, Peter, by not getting flustered on such a tough skill. And for me, it was controlled perfection.
Benfica find a position of real strength now.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
And it's Roberto Carlos. Shot could be on. Yamal's cross. Oh, smashing header! Relentless! Just relentless! Players ecstatic, fans delirious. This is utopian. Certain, searing and imperious.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
It's become a case of men against boys.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do. And
it's Cristiano Ronaldo! And he's missed it.
Benfica certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
And this is Maradona. He is through here. That looks a good cross.
Substituição para o Benfica. Número 19.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Número 10. Número 9. Vieira. Vão dar os seus lugares a número 17.
Plays a sharp little ball here, and he was alert to it.
Número 8. Gerard.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Great ball if he can get there. And a chance! And he hits the net! How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
Benfica are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Vieira. Pull it. Yamal. And it's Seedorf. For Ferdinand. Now he's got space here. Neatly clipped into space. Cafu. Lovely feet. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Vieira.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
Bergomi gets the foot in and wins the ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's picked his way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Well, the box was just so congested.
Oh, that's ambitious. And he couldn't quite make it 6. Time and again they are repelled. Nicely aimed pass. Yamal. It's a pretty loose pass.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Threads one in. That's beautifully weighted. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. Stood up well to him there. He won't be happy with that one. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. So a chance here, what can they make of it?
Well, distance doesn't dissuade him. He has the requisite power.
And it's Eto'o. Out towards the flank. Pele. Picked out brilliantly. That's that, the end. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
It's a chance!
Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Adriano deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
One of the game's best ever, Cristiano Ronaldo. He brings a power to whatever he does, and his unquenchable thirst for goals is always an enjoyable sideshow. It's very rare he fails to leave his mark.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Ferdinand. It's Bergomi. And it's Seedorf. Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
He won't be happy with that one. And it's Ibrahimovic.
Roberto Carlos.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Gullit touches it back. And it's Vieira.
And that has been cleared. First quarter of an hour gone.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. So we're still where we started right now. Now it's Yamal, and he's managed to get free.
Adriano. Yaya Toure.
Vieira can so cleverly bypass the press. And that's a good... It's Pele! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Ah, that's a fine interception.
Milan
are looking to go forward now. Dida. Bergomi gets across and deals with it. Cafu. Gullit chasing after it.
Oh, they can break here.
Messi
Will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Vieira producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Now it's Gullit. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Tries to pass it through.
And this is Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic!
Now, who's going to be first to this? Yamal. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Ronaldo is in a really good position out wide. And it's Mendes. Looking for the run. Messi. Now it's Hullet. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Seedorf, he's picked his way through. Real chance! Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
Well, that was really good running. The more he moved with it, the more he realised that taking the shot was his only option.
Played out wide. Yamal. Oh, that's fabulous. Yamal's terrific header. That's a half-decent try.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Van Dijk. Over to the other side. Nuno Mendes is, of course, well known for his dancing feet.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
And we hit half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0.
Caros espectadores, consultem o ecrã gigante para informações acerca dos horários dos autocarros.
And we're underway again.
Benfica clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Vieira. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. That's a lovely, neat pass. And he's in on goal. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. There's the shot! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Nuno Mendes. Moved on forwards. That is good alertness. Messi.
That pressing is so good, it's nice and early.
Oh, well played, well played. Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Shot could be on. Vieira.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Now that's well seen too. Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Could move up a gear here. And it's Yaya Toure. Adriano, and the shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Substituição para o Benfica.
It's their
Número
second
21,
corner of the game,
Ibrahimovic. Número 18. Número
and he's
19.
taking no chances
Número
there.
10.
A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Número 4.
Vieira.
Está a acontecer uma substituição.
Maradona. Mendes gets into a good position. Tele. That is a brilliant interception. Throw in.
Está a proceder-se a uma substituição.
Tele going face-to-face with his great rival. An instinctive climbs up big! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Benfica perhaps contemplating their next change here. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Nagatomo. And here's Hullet. Passing is crisp and sharp. Nagatomo. Nagatomo goes on a charge down the left. Now it's Hullet. Maradona receives it in a wide position. Up he goes! Oh, he's been caught on it here. Only partially clear.
Milan really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
And it's Nagatomo. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he shoots! And that's really well manoeuvred. He's got away.
Listen, it may well finish this way because it's been so tight all the way through, but equally, we might still get a moment of magic, a mistake, or a refereeing decision to influence otherwise.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Nagatomo, great vision, and he's picked it up out wide. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Quality ball. Lovely passing, lovely movement as well. Vieira. And here's Ibrahimovic.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Vamos ter minuto
Probing
de
pass.
compensação.
It's come to nothing. And that will be it. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with...
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And that gets things running.
When you have Edwin van der Sar in goal, it's like having an 11th outfield player. He can make every kind of save and get his team on the front foot.
Has a great... And the finish! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Well, there's the clearance. Strokes it back.
Yeah, probably the best option. It had to go back.
He's on it. Can he get away? Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Pele really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And they're not going to make any further progress now.
And it's Lam. Now it's Kaka. There's the shot!
I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Kaka. Vieira. Adriano.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Tries to play it through.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Yamal is looking to influence the game from out wide. Stood up well to him there. And that's gone loose. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
So he's plotting something before playing it in.
So, what can they come up with here? Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Great vision. And the shot! Goal! Benfica! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Benfica have fired themselves in front.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react. Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. That's a good ball out wide. That is lovely. And it's Yaya Toure. Vieira gets a foot in here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Roberto Carlos. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them.
And the score is 1-0.
And he's picked it up out wide. Bullets constantly looking for the ball into the box. And he's forced to go back. In it comes. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Lahm. Pass somewhat off target. Yaya Toure. Vieira. Now this could be a chance.
Ibrahimovic really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Oh, no joy this time. Benfica looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. Nesta. Great ball, and he's in here.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And now the breakaway. Šeško. And it's Lahm. Oh, good read. And they can counter here. He's in space and looking for options. Adriano. Adriano! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Benfica really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Yaya Toure. That has ended up in no man's land. And there is the half-time whistle. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Benfica leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments and it's 1-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And this is Pele. Chance! Goal! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So that's 2 now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it. Now they have...
Header! Firm header, just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Yaya Toure is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone.
Benfica have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different. Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Just eases him off the ball. Rijkaard. Good pressure, determined, intense. Can he get it through? Yaya Toure. Pele. Pele takes control of it and he's on the move. Rijkaard. 60 minutes played. And he's intervened well there. Oh, this looks sharp. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Rijkaard. And it's Vieira. And it's Lahm. No way through. Now he's off and running. Kaka. For Lahm. Kaka. He's a sharp little ball here. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Lam. Sheshko. And it's Lam. And it's Vieira. Maldini. And they win it back again. He can run onto that. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. But that has not gone well. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And that is exemplary defending.
That is superb defensive work. The one man who had to be on top of his game, and he was.
And he's had it nicked away. Nesta. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. Benfica have themselves a chance from the spot. Van der Sar looking to stare down to unsettle the taker. Oh, it's hit the post! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, super ball! And this is Adriano. It's Adriano! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Maldini. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. He's shifting through the gears here. Takes aim and crosses. Adriano finds himself offside. Lam. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? That's a risky ball, you've got to say.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. Maldini.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. So that's it. It is all over. Benfica can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside ruthlessly. Pelé voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
To announce today's lottery numbers.
Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows...
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon.
Well, as you can see, we've already started here.
There's a player on this pitch who shines above the rest, and we're talking defence.
And that is?
Well, it's got to be Paolo Maldini.
Who's arguing?
Yeah, and he's a living, breathing symbol of leadership, loyalty and devotion to his craft. What a player.
Mateus. Now that looks a decent ball. Yamal. Adriano. Vieira is onto it in a flash.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Cleared without hesitation. Lazio are looking to go forward now. Now it's Batistuta. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now it's Gnabry. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Cafu. And it's Rijkaard. Oh, good spread. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Can he finish? Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Ambitious ball here. Oh, this is Gnabry. Rijkaard gathers from the goal kick. So it is still 0-0. Mateus. Cafu. It's a pretty loose pass. Now he's off and running. And the counter is on. Well, played right into his path. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, Peter, I think the smartest of reactions, and he just attacked the danger.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Tries to play it through. And he welcomes it in. Well, who's got the final touch there? Goal kick's been given. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Short changes him with that pass. Gnabry might just make this. And this is Ibrahimovic. Deftly away. Benfica have reclaimed it. That's tidy. And it's Yaya Toure. Vieira. Batistuta. Now Gnabry. Threads one in. Aims beyond the defence. That's an excellent interception. Chiellini. Toure does really well to win the ball there. Lovely pass, but chance, surely! And he's following up! Goal! forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Benfica can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Gnabry providing an outlet on that flank. Tries to get it clear. That's going to go a long way. And reclaimed it in a trice. Mateus. He's a sharp little ball here. Tries a shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! He scores! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the... And the first half is done. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break.
Caros espectadores, a vossa atenção. Temos aqui uma criança perdida. Pedimos aos pais da criança com chapéu azul e camisola laranja o favor de se dirigirem às informações. Está a acontecer uma substituição.
Lazio kick off the second half.
Benfica clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
And he's forced to go back. That looks a good cross. Vieira can see things others simply cannot.
This is the time you need that pace.
Now it's Pelé. That looks a good ball through. Morientes, and he shoots! It's run loose. Oh, he's been caught napping. Has a look and plays it forward. Vieira. Yamal. And that should get the job done. Thuram. Morientes chasing after it. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he thumps it clear. Nice looking ball. Well read, and the danger is averted. Roberto Carlos. Yaya Toure. Adriano. Chiellini running with the ball. And he cuts out the supply. Morientes. That is lovely. Morientes! That was superb goalkeeping.
Morientes really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Substituição para o Benfica. Número 10.
Benfica can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Número 21. Ibrahimovic. Número 19.
Dida claims comfortable.
Vieira.
And now a sudden chance to counter.
Número 4. Número 7.
Maldini kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Gerard.
Ronaldo was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Rijkaard. And he's gone looking for safety. Shifted upfield. And he was quick to react. Oh, not quite. And that's really well manoeuvred. He's had it taken off him. That has not gone well. Cafu is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Ronaldo unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Nesta. And it's Gerrard. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Benfica have got it back and they'll have another go.
Benfica clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's had it nicked away. Chiellini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Bellingham clears. Oh, he's gifted it to the opposition. Just 5 minutes left. It's just beyond his reach. Bellingham. And he's intervened well there.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well timed, excellent interception. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Benfica certainly had some good moments, Peter. There were plenty of encouraging spells that more should have been made of.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting.
So we're up and running. Well, we just know, of course, what an excellent goalkeeper Dida is. Indeed, some consider him to be right up there amongst the elite.
Yeah, towering, and someone who always has great presence. For me, just always seems relaxed and in tune with everything that's going on. A true great.
Vieira does well to get it back. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's got away. Cross into the box. He can get that clear. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And this is Adriano. He is through here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Adriano driving forwards. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Well, they've got it again. That'll be a throw. And this is Pele. Vieira did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Luis Suarez. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Some good work on the right flank here. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And here's Ibrahimovic. Passing nice and neat. Adriano! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Adriano is offering a wry smile there.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Liverpool have the chance to go the other way. Looking tidy in possession here. Neither side yet able to find the net. Looking to play him in. And that pass just didn't quite work. Quality ball.
Lamine Yamal really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
He gets big, and he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And it's been taken short. That's going to go a long way. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Messi. And Messi! Oh, he's hit the bar! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Tries from a long way out.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Ferdinand calmly anticipates. Vieira. Liverpool have reclaimed it.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Well read, nice interception. And here's Ibrahimovic. Costa Curta. That's a cute ball. Dink through, and he was quick to react. Ibrahimovic is herring after that one.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Passes short and sharp. And he's in big chance! Out to the right. Yamal's cross. And it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, nice touch. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. He won't be happy with that one. Yaya Toure. Now, can they get him away? Yamal has it out wide and in space.
1 minute added time.
Bellingham. Vieira. Rui Costa. Vieira. Vieira. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying.
Hello everybody, and please
So
join
both
me
teams
in
still
wishing
stuck
a
on the
happy
starting blocks
wedding
here,
anniversary for
0-0
one of
at
our
the break.
fan club members.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Rui Costa. Vieira. It's a pretty loose pass. Pelé. And that's gone loose. Van Dijk. Rui Costa can so cleverly bypass the press. Oh, that's a danger. And he shoots! Marvellous goal!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
Ibrahimovic really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
Benfica have penetrated for the first time.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Now it's Pelé. Costa Curta cuts out the pass.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Oh, that's well done, really robust.
Ibrahimovic really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Vieira, a man never lacking in drive or determination. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Thuram defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Not the most accurate pass.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
And it's Ibrahimovic. Roberto Carlos. Oh, smashing header! It's a goal! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and read it perfectly.
Benfica are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
And this is Luis Suarez. Ferdinand. Yaya Toure. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Yamal. Vieira. Knocks it out wide. Roberto Carlos. Rui Costa.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
75 minutes played. It's a searching pass.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Ferdinand gets rid without sophistication. Looking for the run. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Yaya Toure. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Defending was strong and firm. Vieira. Benfica have time on their side now, as well as a two-goal lead. It is just... Goes for a shot! Oh, it's hit the post! It's run loose here. Threads one in. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. And it's Yaya Toure. That's a good ball. Played out towards the right wing. Can he get onto this? He's shifting through the gears here. That's the keeper's ball.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
He is just caressing the ball. Costa Curta gets a foot in here. Costa Curta did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And that is that. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers. Adriano claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument.
Featuring our guest performers today.
How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. The action has already started.
Giuseppe Bergami, certainly one of the fiercest opponents I've had the honour of facing.
Well, one of Italy's finest and surely anyone's fiercest opponent. A master of everything defensive, Jim, and you, as you mentioned, faced him on the international stage.
Yeah, and his quiet and calm demeanour was the perfect disguise for that steely leadership. We knew we were in for a battle against him.
And this is Pele. Oh, good spread. Cross to the back, climbs up big, and it's a goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Oh, lovely header, but really it was all about the delivery.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Thailand finding themselves unexpectedly behind.
This is the time you need that pace.
Benfica leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Great ball, and he's in here. Can he finish? And yes, it's there! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Nicely shaped cross. There's the shot! Araujo, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Vieira. Cristiano Ronaldo. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Ibrahimovic. Caicedo. Could move up a gear here. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vieira conjures time and space where few can. Adriano. Toni Kroos. The less said about that pass, the better. Tries to play it through, and that could set him on his way. And it's a corner. And that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
Alessandro Costacurta, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
Well, it's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's nigh on perfect reading of the game and all done with immaculate discipline.
Leicester picks it up from the goal kick. Yamal. Another pass, just keeps it ticking over. And shifted it to the flank. Ronaldinho. And he's being shifted off it. Nesta.
Now it's Roberto Baggio. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Toure charging forward, the ball at his feet. Pele. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Totti.
Neither side especially adventurous early on.
And he's had it nicked away. He won't be happy with that one. That's a lovely, neat pass. Gattuso, played out to the left flank. Ronaldinho providing an outlet on that flank. He's found a way through. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. That is good alertness. Not the most accurate pass.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising,
but it turned out that that was not the case. He has a look up.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Yaya Toure is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Ronaldinho picks it up out wide. Great defending, strong and determined. Nesta.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Yaya Toure. And it's Vieira. And it's Yaya Toure. Great vision. He's had it taken off him. Now that's well seen too. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this.
Chance for a shot! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Roberto Baggio deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
And we have our very first corner. Picked out brilliant. He's had a shot!
Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Pull it.
Pull it!
And that's gone route one. And it's Hullet.
Milan are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Gattuso. Roberto Carlos.
Ronaldinho.
Roberto Baggio. And it's Roberto Carlos. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far.
Adriano really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Costa Curta. Roberto Baggio. Pele, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Hullet. Now Ronaldinho. That's a good run down the left. He has found the way through. Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho stood his ground strongly. And the shot! It's bounced back off the post. And there's the end of the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Ibrahimovic. Vieira can so cleverly bypass the press. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Good ball, good take.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, he's found support out wide. He's picked his way through. Yamal, chance to deliver. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And that's really well manoeuvred.
Adriano really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then it gets
Face to face with... Goes for a shot! And he's done it!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
Milan have taken the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
There's the crossfield ball. Benfica still this single goal behind. Spread it left. Back into the middle. Ronaldinho is in a really good position out wide. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. And that's another... He's having a shot! In for the pieces! He has done it! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di
And that's it.
80.953 spettatori.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Signore e signori, attenzione, il papà del bambino che indossa un marsupio nero e blu contatti subito il più vicino membro dello staff.